Previously on Tech Makeover.
Patricia went over everything with us about QuickBooks Online, let us know all the differences between that and QuickBooks Desktop, but I'm still a little skeptical, so we're going to have to talk to our CPA, Kevin, and see what he thinks about it. I'm not going to be real comfortable about it until I know that he is. I'm not the most tech-savvy guy in the world. I know how to use a computer. I know how to use our POS system that we have now. We know there's products out there, but we just don't know what the technology is. It would be really great if somebody could come in and explain to us what's out there so we know what to use to help our business get better.
When it comes to technology, I'm not the best at it, and I never have been. But when I know it can make me money, I'll take the time to figure it out and use all the tools I can get from it.
It's time for a Tech Makeover.
Brad and Steve are interested in doing what's going to be best for their business. QuickBooks Online is going to be very helpful for them because I think what they need is to work in a proactive stance where we can gauge performance against goals in real time.
Brad and Steve had actually been using QuickBooks Desktop since the DOS version, which is a very long time ago. And some of the reasons why I encouraged them to go to QuickBooks Online was because they had an outsourced CPA firm that was doing their bookkeeping for them, their monthly reconciliations, and running their payroll. So what was happening was there was a bottleneck in the paperwork. They actually weren't using any of their financial information to run their business. They were just flying by the seat of their pants, and they weren't managing their business using financial reporting.
This all sounds like easy for you though, because you do this every day. And I'm really concerned because we're trying to learn this, trying to learn that. I mean, it's going to be a little bit of an overload to try to learn this.
So when you put in technologies like this, it's disruptive on a small business. And they're often going to see business suffer because they're putting so much attention on working with you to get the systems in place. Patricia's done a great job preparing them for that disruption, setting that expectation. She's also done a great job encouraging them throughout the week. She's reinforcing to Brad and Steve what the payoff will be once the solutions are in place.
Good news, right?
Oh, that is good news.
Okay, the CPA.
No more lost receipts.
Exactly.
Gives us more time to work on our business.
Exactly. It's in the first place, right?
Absolutely. I can't believe we were so skeptical about switching over to QuickBooks Online. After using it just for a little while, we found out that if you use QuickBooks Desktop, it's easy as can be just to use QuickBooks Online. We can find all the same data, all the same facts, and it's easy to get around.
Making sure your employees are paid accurately and timely is critical to small business success. These guys doing the payroll manually for so many years means they were always skirting the edge of failure in that area.
So what I'm really excited to tell you about is the interaction with QuickBooks Online and the Intuit Online Payroll. So if you see here, you have a list of all of your employees already built in, and when they clock in and clock out in the QuickBooks point of sale system, that time card information feeds directly here into QuickBooks Online. Now from here, when it's ready, when it's payroll time, your CPA doesn't even have to call you to get time cards in. They will just go right online and they will process the payroll. Not only that, when it's time to pay the payroll taxes and to file the returns, all the information is already there. They just log in, they file the returns, and it's done. You guys don't even have to worry about it.
you know, this is all great, but we're gonna have to run it by our accountant first to make sure they're okay with everything too.
Payroll's very, very intricate. There's a lot of place for error. When payroll withholdings are off, or they're entered incorrectly, or a mistake happens, and an extra $50 is taken out of their check, that means a lot. That's a really big deal. There's a lot of pressure for this payroll to be installed correctly. People's lives are riding on this.
During this episode, we saw a ProAdvisor making a big difference in the life of her clients. And she did this because she had the skills not just to manage the technology, but to manage the client relationship. At Woodard Institute, our premier coaching program, we get you beyond the what you should do and the why you should do it, to the cutting edge how to be a future-ready practice, how to manage difficult client situations, and how to accelerate your practice into the future. So join Woodard Institute today to take your practice to the next level.